Thank you for your interest in Everglade Realty, Southern Florida's premier vacation timeshare company. Over the next 4 hours, you'll see the benefits of owning your own piece of an exclusive Florida resort, as well as how to plan your perfect week-long family getaway.
You've worked your way up through the ranks and you're almost ready to leave the pack. But where will you go next? As Webelos, it's a decision we've all had to make. We joined Troop 75.
My name's Andrew. I'm the Senior Patrol Leader for Troop 75. That means I run the troop, all of our meetings and our campouts. It's the highest elected youth position. I think you should join Troop 75 because it's a lot of fun. It's a good way to develop yourself physically, mentally, morally, and do a lot of things and learn a lot of things that are going to be useful for your whole life. But don't take my word for it.
The coolest thing I've done as a scout is probably hiking the Appalachian Trail. I've done about 300 miles at this point. It's a really great experience, spending about a week each time, 100 miles per week. It was a really enjoyable experience.
My top favorite is going to the Henry Ford Museum for the first time with the troop. The Henry Ford Museum is a huge museum where they have a lot of interesting items that relate to history on display. I got to learn about the space shuttle, and they had an interactive display on some buses of importance.
We are a youth or boy-led troop, which means that our scouts plan our program, they plan our events, they plan our campouts, they set the dates, they set the themes, they set where we camp, they set what time we wake up, they set what time we go to bed, they plan the meals, they shop for the meals. Anything you can imagine that happens on one of our events or campouts or meetings is all planned by our scouts. Now, how is this different from Cub Scouts? Well, Cub Scouts tends to be more adult-led and adult-oriented, so the adults are planning the campouts, planning the meals, cooking the meals, running the activities, making sure the whole campout happens. In Boy Scouts, particularly our troop in Troop 75, the boys are doing all of that. So the adults, what are they doing while the boys are doing all this? Well, we're making sure they don't hurt themselves or anybody else, or unintentionally or intentionally damage the camp or wherever the event is being held, and then we sit back and pretty much relax and intervene when we have to. That's what being a scout in Troop 75 is all about.
Probably going on the summit campout. It was a week-long campout. We went rock climbing, we went swimming, fishing. We learned about the stars, and the view was great, actually.
Personally, I really enjoy hanging out with my friends, especially when there's an activity to be involved, such as fishing. I really like knots. I really like fire building, especially when I get it to do with the people I'm friends with, and it's a lot of fun.
You know, somebody said to me a while ago, another scout leader said to me, our job as leaders is to get the boys to first class. And I believe that. When a boy reaches first class, he should have had all the skills that Boy Scouts are trying to teach them. But if they can say they got to first class, then I as a leader have done my job.
So you're definitely expected to do more. There's way more experiences, more knowledge to learn, and you're in charge of almost everything that you do here. So you plan everything, you're in charge of your own advancements, things like that.
One of the advantages to this troop is we have our own trailer. This trailer was just donated earlier this year, and one of our scouts actually custom made all of the furniture on the inside. All these shelves, all these cupboards were made by scouts in this troop. The trailer is used to transport all of our gear to and from camp. And we have just about everything in terms of gear in here. We have wood tools, we have propane for stoves, we have the stoves, we have tools like shovels and rakes, we have tarps. And last year we had an amazing and successful popcorn sale, so we were able to buy all new tents.
The friends that you make within scouting, be it as a scout or as a scout leader, those are very strong binds. You meet some awesome people. You're constantly learning. I still feel that you're only as old as you feel, and as long as you're able to get out there and do the things that you want to do, have the opportunity to be there with great people, both young and old, it keeps you young.
It's either between rappelling, where we went down like 80-foot cliffs on ropes, that was fun, or summer camp at Halliburton. Halliburton was probably one of my favorite experiences, even with all the mosquitoes.
There's some easy parts, and then there's also some hard parts, like we took a really long hike on an orienteering camp out, which it was fun, but there's some big bumpy parts and some nice smooth parts.
75, I think, does a really good job of letting the boys have a real say in what they're going to do for their troop meetings, where they're going to go for their camp outs. It's a good experience. I think it's good leadership as all the scouts are able to step up through each year. They get a little more responsibility.
My favorite part, though, when I was doing in Scouts is when I decided to buy getting some merit badges and having out my first camp out with the troop. We did a little bit of some axe yard. We did some activities, and we were learning how to cook and making a fire.
My favorite thing about being in the troop is being able to experience different positions of leadership and being able to be with others. I've held the bugler position and the den chief, and last year I was the patrol leader for the Buccaneers.
You know, something I think the troop does real well is give back. It could be through a beach cleanup out at Headlands or any of our Eagle Scout projects that are all over town. But also every year we raise money for buying Christmas presents for veterans in the VA hospital. Then the boys spend an evening in December handing out these presents and talking to the veterans that are in the hospital. And I think the boys love it just as much as the vets do. But we also give back at camp. Every camp out we go on, there's some sort of a service project, and it could be as simple as just gathering firewood to replenish what we use so the next people in that site have plenty of dry firewood. But also, you go out to Beaumont, and our fingerprints are all over the place with trail maintenance and construction projects. And you mentioned Troop 75 at Beaumont, and there's just a little bit of that comes with our reputation.
To be campouts in general. Just having fun with my friends mostly, but the being outside aspect is fun. I think probably the summer camps were the standout ones.
I would say yes, join. It's actually really fun.
Joining the troop helps you later on in life, especially for leadership skills, other skills also that you will learn.
I would definitely encourage them to join.
It would be great if people joined the troop.
I would very much so say that yes, it is a good idea.
I would highly recommend joining. You know, I think it's a really good way to learn important leadership and life skills while making friends and having a good time.
If you're on the fence about joining Scouts, just give it a try. I think you're really going to like it. And there's a troop for you. That's the other thing. You don't have to pick Troop 75, but look around for a troop that does things that you like to do. We do a lot of outdoor activities. If you don't like the outdoors, maybe you find another troop that does a little less outdoors and more indoor. Maybe you like service, does more service or whatever, but there's a troop for you somewhere. And I would also say, and this is for the parents too, you can play sports. We've had so many boys who played high school sports and still were Eagle Scouts. It's definitely possible.
100%, yes, it's fun. It's just it's one of my favorite activities I do.